Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Urbana, Illinois, where police said a man accidentally shot himself in Urbana early Friday morning. Cops there were called to the 1700 block of some street just before 3 a.m. They found a 43-year-old man named Errol Troutman suffering from a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Troutman was transported to Carle Hospital for treatment. Police said Troutman's injury was the result of a gun accidentally going off and was self-inflicted. Troutman was issued a notice to appear for unlawful use of a weapon.
Yeah, it is not lawful to shoot yourself, you bitch.
Yes, it's not. Well, I get why it's unlawful when you do it accidentally, because you got lucky and shot yourself in the floor of your car or whatever.
Right, but if you were in like an apartment complex with shitty floors and you just lit one off down into someone's fucking apartment, or you're living in a duplex or houses with thin walls and you're like, cool, I just lit one towards my neighbors. That's fine.
There was a dude in Sioux Falls who did that in an apartment, like just fucked up. That's the difference between doing it in a house and an apartment is, you do it in your house, is as long as it doesn't leave the house, you're only affecting yourself. In an apartment building, that shit ends up in somebody else's apartment. Yep. And this dude ended up getting sentenced like 18 months in prison for it. I mean, it was a misdemeanor, but it came with up to, it wasn't 18, it was 8 months in jail he got, because it was like a class 1 misdemeanor gets you a year in prison. Okay. Or a $2,000 fine, and then it was shortened to 8 months or whatever. But yeah, bad deal. Anyway, we mentioned it last week on the Patreon episode. We needed to talk about flying with guns.
Yes.
And I've done it, not a ton, but I've done it enough where I'm not even remotely nervous when I go to the airport with a gun now. And Jeff, you've done it like once or twice?
Technically, I think I've done it 3 times.
Okay.
2 out of 3 went okay.
2 out of 3 went okay. Okay, what went wrong the time it didn't go good?
Okay, so that's the funniest part, because technically it's 2.5 out of 3 went fine. So, flew to Nationals in 2021, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Flew to Florida Open, which was a shitty match. Flying down there, no issues. Flying home at 4 o'clock in the morning, thanks, Starretts, dick. I get there, so I didn't know the put it in your luggage trick, so I was just like giving them my case, and
you gave them the hard gun case as a checked gun instead of putting that hard case in a suitcase?
Correct. Yeah, so I gave them a Pelican-like case. I don't know if it's actually Pelican. It's probably cheaper. And this is the same case I've traveled with the whole time. And the Georgia people, it went back. They were like, hey, wait, so when you put it on the thing, they have to send it back to the checker boys. And then the checker guys go, yep, you're good. Or they go, nope, you're not. And in Georgia, they were like, nope, you're not good. And I'm like, what do you mean? I have flown 3 times with this. And they're like, because I was only using one of the 3 lock points on the case.
Oh.
And so they were like, someone could pull this open and reach in. I go, only your fucking employees have access to it. And my guns are up and down. You can't just pull, unless you're ripping the case apart, you can't reach in and grab the guns. They go, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Every point needs a lock. I was like,
if there's a hole, it needs a lock.
It needs filled. If there's a hole, put something in it. So I had to wait till Walmart opened at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to go there and get that. And
I remember this story now. I have heard this story before. Okay.
Yeah. And so once all of the holes were filled, then they're like, yep, this is fine. And then when I flew down to Dragon's Cup, no issues. I filled all the holes with locks, and so I just put 3 fucking padlocks on this fucking thing. I've never had them weigh my ammo. I've never had any of that bullshit. I know Lane was flying home from like one of the nationals or something, and people were like, "Oh man, I think I'm over the weight limit," and he's like, "I don't care. I'm going to throw ammo in there until they tell me I can't have it," and put his thing through. They put it on the thing, no problems. But yeah,
I'm afraid of not like if I flew with too much, that would be the one time they check me.
Well, because that video that went viral.
X-Ray Alpha got busted with over 11 pounds one time.
Yeah.
I remember him posting a video about that, and he was like, I think, I don't know if I'm remembering this right, but I think he wrote in the post something like, the one time I fly with more than 11 pounds when they never check is the time they checked and weighed it, and it was over 11 pounds.
Yep.
And so he had a bunch of ammo he had to like shit can.
Right. And that's what Lane was like, I'll throw it in the fucking garbage can. Like, he was taking people's ammo that they weren't going to take home. So he's like, I'm not losing anything in this equation.
He was getting all Dutch on it and like going to take everybody's shit home.
Yep.
That's funny. I actually, after Nats last year in Utah, I threw about 100 rounds away in the garbage can at my hotel parking ramp because I didn't know what else to do with it. Because I knew I was going to be tight on weight in my suitcase. I actually shipped some stuff home. I went to a UPS store and shipped home some clothes and a pair of shoes and some other stuff just to save weight in my suitcase because I was going home with a bottle of whiskey that Jim Boone bought for me. And then I found another bottle of whiskey that I wanted to bring home with me. And you can't ship those easily. So I was checking them in my suitcase. Well, a couple of 750s of whiskey weighs a bit. So I'm like, got to stay under the 50 pounds or whatever. And so it turned out I could have brought the ammo home with me and I would have been fine because my suitcase only weighed like 43 pounds and I only had like 120 rounds of ammo left. But that was weird. I was staying at my hotel in Vegas because I flew into Vegas from Sioux Falls to go to St. George last year.
Yep.
And I never considered just flying into St. George. It never occurred to me that they had their own airport, which...
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they have like a regional airport, kind of like Sioux Falls. I don't think it's terribly big. Like, the regional airport in Sioux Falls is actually, from what I've seen for regional airports, is kind of a big one. It's not a big airport. Like, I'm not trying to say it's a big airport, but for a little airport, it's a big one. And at least of the ones I've been to. But, because like, Blanton said he flew into, well, he lives in Dallas, so he just flew direct to St. George. And Sioux Falls has like 3 direct flights to Dallas every day. So I could have gone on American from Sioux Falls to Dallas to St. George. And yeah, probably would have cost me a little bit more than flying on Allegiant to Vegas, but so I got a hotel room the night before my flight left in Vegas because my flight was leaving. That's the problem with flying on Allegiant is they have one flight a day going to Sioux Falls. On a day, they do have a flight. So I got to the hotel and I had to get up super early, but I didn't want to like drive from St. George all the way down to Vegas in the morning when my flight was leaving at like 5 a.m. So I got a hotel and I'm staying at the Westgate, which was the Elvis Hotel back in the day. I think it was called the International. It was sort of like this weird hybrid of a hotel that had been renovated, but it's still old Vegas. I kind of enjoyed it. It's off the strip, but it was sort of weird. But yeah, so I'm in the parking garage and I have like a 2-mile hike through this complex of a resort to get to my hotel room. I couldn't find the fucking front desk and I'm walking through the hotel with guns in my bag. And I'm just sort of weirded out by the whole thing. Just because Vegas got weird after that shooting at the country concert.
Yeah.
And so I was just concerned for that reason because I was probably breaking a rule. I don't know if I was or not, but I wasn't going to leave my guns in the fucking rental car. So that's the other thing too, is sometimes you get forced into that situation. The hotel I stayed at in Omaha, this is off topic with flying, but that's what we do on the Patreon. We get off topic and go on tangents.
What?
The little Comfort Inn I usually stay in, I forgot about it last year. They put up a sign that said no guns allowed. And as you know, in Nebraska, no gun signs have force of law. So I was committing a misdemeanor by having my guns in the hotel room at that place. So I am not going to stay at that hotel anymore because the odds of something happening are pretty much zero. But if something did happen, now all of a sudden I got issues. So
Right. And
back to flying though.
I do always forget that. Yeah. So let's start with the basics. Like
How to not get in trouble with a gun on a plane.
the easiest thing is to think about is fucking idiots do this all the time.
Yeah.
You're not an idiot. You'll be fine. So get a Pelican case.
No, go to Harbor Freight and get an Apache case.
Because
Because they're literally a quarter of the price.
the Dutch person has talked. The not Dutch person has talked.
They're not any better than the Pelicans are so overpriced. It's fucking ridiculous.
I agree with you
It's like
wholeheartedly.
$120 for the same case I got for $40 at Harbor Freight.
I don't disagree with you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just making sure that the scales are represented.
Okay.
You can have the gun in there. You can have your magazines in there. Technically, they're not supposed to be loaded, correct?
Correct, but I've seen I wish I could remember what fucking Instagram account I saw. He actually did have mags loaded. I remember Yeeman telling me one time you can't have mags loaded if they're in another container. Even if
Right.
that container is in the same container as the guns.
Right. I
So
feel
and
like
according to him, a sock would qualify. I don't
feel
know
like
if that's 100% true or not, but that's what he told me.
Right. I feel like I've also been told that, and I may have mentioned on the last one that keep one mag empty and remember which mag that is. So if they're like, those are empty, right? And you pull the empty one and go,
Yeah.
yep, and put it back in and just hope they don't fucking say anything
Yep.
more. I can't remember if I flew with loaded mags or not, but
I never have.
so to keep it simple, no loaded mags. They say the ammunition must be in the original case. They're not gun people. They don't know what the original case is. And if they are gun
Or-
people, they don't care.
But like the plastic boxes that most
Right.
reloaders use qualifies.
Right. So the 100 round, what, I can't remember what they're
Or
called.
even the 50 rounders, like whatever size. But
whatever size, but the 100 round blue.
Those qualify.
Yeah. Have a couple of those. 11 pounds of 9mm. I want to say it's like 500 rounds ish.
no, it's less than that. It depends on bullet weight. I flew with 135s to St. George, and it was like, I want to say I got 4 boxes in there of 100 rounds.
Right. So
It was like 9 pounds, but a 5th box would have put me over.
Right. So if you are a rule follower like me, what you do is you bring 4 boxes of the shit that you're bringing, then go to local gun store A and go grab 2-3 boxes of Blazer brass, and you're good to go. Like, you have all the rounds you need.
You
So-
also could just ship your ammo.
You can just ship your ammo. I've
But
also
shipping ammo is a pain in the dick because I ship my ammo to Nationals.
it's expensive.
The only reason I was able to actually do it easily is because I had a friend who worked at a gun store that ships stuff a lot. It was interesting. A local gun shop here, he told me they actually make way more money off online sales than they do local sales.
Yeah.
And it's just a local gun shop. And I was amazed by that. I was like, really? He's like, oh yeah, it's not even close. It's like, holy
Interesting.
shit.
The other solutions to that, so like shipping your own ammo can be very expensive. If we were like an actual true sport and not a hobby, the year we flew down to 2021 Nationals, they offered federal Syntech. Like, you could just buy it through
Oh, yeah.
them. That was a decent plan. I don't remember
was
the
simple.
exact. Yeah, it was
It
simple.
wasn't cheap, but it was simple.
Right. The other idea is if you get an Airbnb, you can order from, Target Sports USA, Supervel,
Yeah.
yada, 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 whoever, and they'll just ship the ammo to...
The range.
No, I'm saying ship it to your Airbnb.
Oh,
So they can either ship it to your Airbnb or they can ship it to, like, if you have a buddy that lives
you're
there.
gonna have to
or,
time that though. That's a little risky.
Yeah,
Most major
that one's
matches,
risky.
especially nationals, have an address you can ship ammo to,
Right.
and that's the way to go. Because that's what I did with my ammo. I had it shipped to the range, and then I went and I picked it up, and it was no problem. Like when I checked in, Rick got me my my hat and my other shit, and I was like, I should have ammo here. He's like, oh yeah, let me go find it, and he brought my ammo out for me.
Yep.
That's the way to go. And in hindsight, like if I'm going to another nationals, after Rushmore, I'm pretty much done reloading for majors. Even though my tight ass doesn't want to pay for it, and I've got lots of bullets and primers, I know if I buy the ammo, it's going to work.
Yep.
So if I'm going to a major, I'm going to ship 500 rounds. If it's a level 2, I'll probably ship 600 rounds if it's a level 3 from Target Sports USA and call it a day. Like,
Yep.
Ship it to the range, care of me. So,
Yep.
that's how I'm going to handle it in the future.
Right. That'll be your easiest. So going back to flying with your guns.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. I forgot.
Right. No, well, this was actually
that was a factor. Yeah.
That was a reasonable tangent.
Yeah.
So when you get to the airport, don't be fucking weird. Just walk up. You're not the first person they've talked to that is shipping a gun, especially if you're going to like nationals or something. You're probably not the only person from your own range that's going to fucking nationals. So walk up. You basically say, "Hey, I have to declare a firearm." Like, don't be like, "I have a gun." Say, "I have to." Due to, get all lawyery, due to FFA, blah, 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 I must declare a firearm. And they're like, cool. We've done this before. Most of them are cool as shit.
Well, it depends on your home airport.
Right. Your airport's cool as shit.
Mine's it's if I show up with guns, it's probably the 20th gun they've checked in that day.
Right.
It doesn't matter what airline, like they deal with it every day. It's constant.
Yep. And I've never really had any issue with the Omaha airport.
I think most of them are understand it.
Yeah. You'll deal with more problems in like major airports, but so just walk up, be like, "Hey, I have to declare a firearm." They make you open the box.
Not always.
Not always.
If you have hard case inside suitcase, they make you open the suitcase. The first time I ever flew with guns, though, the gal, I just complied. I treated her like a cop, but she had me open the gun case.
Yep.
But she was mistaken. The card that says declared firearm and you sign it, if you're just checking the gun case itself, like say you're shipping shotguns or a rifle and you got a big rifle case, well, obviously that doesn't fit in a suitcase. Then the unloaded firearm declaration has to go inside that case.
Right.
But if you have like a medium-sized Apache case, like I have, that I've taken to matches that I've flown with, then that goes in my suitcase, and then that card goes on top of that suitcase, or on top of my hard case inside my suitcase.
Right.
So
yeah. So they'll have you open, like, again, I've always just shipped the case. So they've had me open the case. They look inside. They don't know what the fuck they're looking at. And they're like, okay, cool. Put a little fucking card in there. You close it. You finish your check-in procedures, whatever. Then, at least in Omaha, they've had me wait. And then an employee walks out and gives you a thumbs up. You go through. Then after that, it's all normal. You are flying. Mm-hmm. Done. Once you get to location, because again, I've always just checked the hard case. It always goes to the lost baggage specialty spot. So when that happens, I mean, I want to say in Florida, they just put it like with the other 500 bags outside the thing. So it's just sitting out there. I'm like, this feels wrong. But if
that's
you have
how it comes back in most places I go. The only time my suitcase, because I always put the hard case in a suitcase.
Right.
Like I'll check a large suitcase with my clothes and shit in it, and then my pistol case is inside that. The only time I didn't pick it up off the regular luggage carousel was when we flew to Atlanta for that Nationals. I had to go to the Delta office to go get it, and they zip tied it. And that was when I think it was Jacob Hetherington was like, hey, here's how you deal with that. And he had like a little tool that was legal to carry. I think it was like a wire cutter. And he just pop it and then walk away. And it irritated the Delta employees because they wanted you to leave the zip tie on the bag.
Right.
But otherwise, my suitcases always come out on the regular carousel, which I'm fine with because it just looks like a regular suitcase. There's nothing on it that says firearm, firearm, firearm. Your case, if that's the only thing you're checking, it looks like something special.
Right.
You know, something expensive is in that hard-sided case, whether it's cameras or audio equipment or guns.
I mean, I've seen people on the internet at least claim that if they're shipping camera equipment, they'll throw like a flare gun or like a 380 in there just so that they get the protections of shipping it with a firearm.
Sure. That makes sense because otherwise they have to use TSA locks.
Right. Right. And they're like, nope.
We should talk about that. The locks.
Oh, yeah.
So with the locks that are like recommended by TSA and the airlines, despite what the person at the check-in counter might say, they tell you use regular padlocks, whether it's a combo lock or a key lock.
Yep.
Use a regular padlock, not a TSA lock. You can use TSA locks, but then any dickhead working for the airline or TSA can get in there.
Yep.
If you use a regular padlock, then they're at least forced to use an angle grinder or a bolt cutter to get into your case. What they're supposed to do is call you, get a hold of you, you come with key or combo and open it. Now, if you're really particular about being there when it's opened, use a combo. If you're less particular about being present, like, for instance, if you have an open gun, I would want to be there when they open it. It's going to be more fussy.
Right.
If I'm flying with a Glock, I don't give a shit. Like, they're just opening it up to look at something that's probably not the gun. It usually has something to do with ammo. But part of this, I've never had them tell me we need to get into your case and look at something. As long as you do things correctly, this is not a problem.
Right.
So
and just go to Home Depot, Walmart, whatever, get a 3-pack of padlocks.
Well, actually bring the case you're going to use with when you do that.
Oh, that's true, because the holes might be the wrong size.
Because the padlock may be too long. If you get like a long one, it won't.
Oh, I should have waited because you're about to say it would not fit. Giggity.
Oh, yeah. And I don't have my tiny little wiener drop. I haven't put I put most of them back in, but I didn't get that one back in.
Jeff.
Giggity.
Can I address this to Jeff?
You didn't
but
get
I
that
have
one back
Steven back.
You didn't get that one back in there, bud?
No, I didn't get your tiny little wiener back in there. Giggity. What were we talking about? Oh, padlocks.
I thought I was a drunk one.
Yeah.
So make sure that there's padlocks and everything. Make sure you have the key.
Oh, bring the case to the store when you buy the padlock to make sure that it doesn't allow it to open up more than it should.
Right.
Like, even if...
That's what they dinged me on in Georgia.
Yeah. So, the smallest possible padlock you can get away with on a given case. And
Right.
the ones that I have on my orange Apache case, they like... Even if the lock is on it, like you cannot open that at all. Like the lid is not moving a millimeter. It's totally locked in. So.
Right. And again, it's fucking retarded because my guns were up and down, and they're like, "Oh, people could reach in there." I'm like, "The guns are up and down. You can't remove them from the case." And like, "Nope, that's how it works." So
okay, so padlocks, not TSA locks.
Yep.
The best practice is to put that hard case inside a gun. I have traveled with carry guns a number of times as well. And what I'll do with that is the same thing. It's just I'm using like a LifePod keypad lock. So it's a combo box, but I just literally put that LifePod box in my suitcase with everything else. And then I declare the firearm and sign the card, and they put it in the suitcase. So we never did mention, if you're flying with a gun, you have to check it.
Oh, yeah.
It cannot be in your carry-on in any way, shape, or form.
Well, you must declare it. Like,
You have to declare it at the counter.
It is I believe it's a federal crime if you do not declare it.
Yes, it is. And also, there was I wish I could remember and give credit to whatever account on YouTube it was that I saw. He had a bunch of shorts that was like every time he flies, this guy flies with guns regularly because he has some sort of firearm job. And so he flies with guns all the time. And most of the time it's cool, but every once in a while it's not. There was an Instagram post I saw, though, not long after this. I can't remember the first one, but Pew Culture on Instagram has sort of a cool little thing. It's a little pricey because to buy 2 of these tags, it's $35 on his website. But if you look for Pew Culture on Instagram, you will find this dude who sells these tags with a QR code. And it has, if they scan that, so these tags are, you put them on your luggage so that you point it out to the people at the counter, like, here, scan this. It has every airline's flying with firearm policy and the TSA policies. Because sometimes people at the counter will say shit that's not true because they're just ignorant. They don't know what's going on. There was a guy who wanted to put his firearm declaration card on top of the suitcase or on top of the hard case. And he's like, no. I have a little plastic sleeve you can put it in so it doesn't fall out. And then it's right there. And this was for a hard case that goes in the suitcase. So it doesn't even fall off of the inside the suitcase. But this was on a case that was not inside a suitcase. So the card was just going to fall off at some point going through baggage. Right. And then he goes to pick it up and they're like, hey, there's a fucking gun in here and you didn't declare an unloaded firearm. You're going to get in deep shit for that.
Right.
So
I don't know if you ever said it must be unloaded.
It must be unloaded, yes. You are declaring, the card actually says unloaded firearm declaration is what the card says. Now, if you have flown with guns before and you've sat through the last 27 minutes, I'm sorry. This was
But there's a lot of people who have never flown with a gun or haven't flown with a gun in 4 years.
But we also did it in the most roundabout, circular, tangential way to do it because we've had too much to drink talking to Sam Matt tonight. That's why I'm now.
If you're listening to the Patreon episode, you're used to that. So, patreon.com.
Yes, patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. It's only $3.57 a month, and you'll get the next 15 minutes included with that. Because we went really long with Sam, so we're trying to wrap it up a little shorter. So you didn't get much of the paid-for milk this week, maybe. We'll see. Who knows? It's only 10 o'clock. We could end up going for another hour. Who the fuck knows? MW Activewear, the finest jerseys you can get for your match. I'm not even looking at the page right now. I'm all out of 407 comps. I have 507 comps, and they're a fucking steal. Okay? NotAnotherShootingShow.com. If you want a 507 comp. I also have the, this is a cool optic. I just put it on my carry gun, a 407C X3. It's like the new version of the 407. They got the same thing for the 507. Slightly redesigned shape of it. But here's the thing that's cool about it. It actually reacts to light conditions quickly and appropriately. Like it's bright enough in bright conditions and it's dim enough when it's dark. I'm really happy with this dot on my carry gun. I have one for sale at NotAnotherShootingShow.com. We have a YouTube. I did a breakdown of the Rushmore stages, part 1. Jeff, I need a couple of stages from you because, well, I only shot 3 targets of one stage, so I need someone who actually shot the whole stage. And then there was another stage that I did not give it a video of because I fucked up on my Insta camera.
I will make sure to throw some stages up there.
Yeah. But upload them to me because I'm going to do like a stage breakdown. Did you see the YouTube video I uploaded the other day?
I have not. My YouTube shockingly does not recommend you, even though I'm literally part of your show.
Not Another Shooting Show on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Do all those things for sure. No, I just did sort of a talk through, like talking about the stages at Rushmore.
Oh,
at least the Zone 1 stages. So you can go watch that. Let's see what else. Cops match in Des Moines this weekend. Tomorrow, if you haven't signed up, you're not going at this point, probably. Illinois section, August 15th and 16th in Havana, Illinois. Minnesota section, August 29th and 30th in Forest Lake. And the Wisconsin match that we forgot to get the details for, but it's in September, I think. Patreon.com/Not Another Shooting Show. It's only $3.57 a month.